What's up, y'all? We're back here with some more Mario Kart 8. We are making our way through all of the original 48 courses in the game. And we are in the last section here. We have finished all of the true original courses in the game. That were these 8 cups. These 8 cups here comprised the very original Mario Kart 8 at its release point. The ones we're about to do, which are the Egg Cup, Crossing Cup, Bell Cup, and Triforce Cup, they were released as the original DLC in this game. Of course, this Booster Pass came out in 2022 and 2023, but this one was shortly after the Switch came out, because this was originally a Wii U game, which had these 8 courses, and then they dropped 4 more as kind of an addition to the Switch. So we got a bunch of original courses, a lot of really fun ones here. We're going to start off with the Egg Cup. That's Yoshi Circuit, the Excitebike Arena, Dragon Driftway, and then we end in Mute City. Now, I am fairly worried about Mute City. That is one of the tracks in the entire game that I just tend to do the worst on. And at 200cc, I haven't played it a ton at 200cc, to be honest with you. So, we definitely want to sweep the first 3 courses and give ourselves just a hair of breathing room on that final course in Mute City. So if we end up getting a 3rd, we can still walk away with that 1 star. Once again, our goal is to get at least 1 star on each of these 4 cups, and if we do that, then that should, if my research is correct, that should unlock a new character for us. Mario Kart 8 has very few unlocks, but that is one of them. And the way we get 1 star, or at least 1 star here, is we just need to have 2 second place finishes and 2 first place finishes, or we're allowed to have 1 third place finish if the rest of them are first place finishes. So basically we're allowed 2 seconds, or we're allowed 1 third, and the rest gotta be first. So yeah, we got a Mute City lurking. We have to buy ourselves some breathing room, so nothing but perfection here as I run into a fucking railing. Yeah, you can take all my stuff. Alright. Yeah, and honestly, you know, these 200cc ones aren't bad, but when things are this close, and you can get blue shelled, it is pretty painful. It's gonna be tricky. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That should seal it for us. Oh darn it, I braked too hard on that one. Fortunately, that's not gonna cost me, I don't think. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that was a late mistake, but fortunately, Baby Luigi wasn't good enough. Alright, it's gonna be Excitebike Arena. This should also be pretty straightforward. It's a bunch of ramps that we basically boost off of. It's just a loop. It is simple, but you know, one of the small things that really makes this course work are they have these like little mud piles that are littered throughout, and those actually do a lot, because all of a sudden now you're not just going fast, right? You actually have stuff that can slow you down in a course that's generally like trying to make you go fast. Awesome. Wow, got double shell there. Do a little bit of catching up here. Let's just burn that. Yeah, normally I like to keep those kinds of items, but when everyone is as cramped as they are in this course, you have to do a little bit better. Okay. Good thing the CPUs are sometimes like impatient with their items. The CPUs don't like really hog their item, because that, if that were me, I would be hogging that soundbox item until I needed to use it, but I don't think that's how they're trained to. Oh man, okay. Alrighty. I think I'm okay. I don't need to worry just yet. I can beat him on these like inside corners. There we go. As long as I don't get caught in any mud or any grass, I should be home free. Obviously, blue shell pending. That's the global disclaimer here. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Okay, that worked out nicely. Coming up here is going to be one of my favorite courses in the entire game, and that includes the booster pass, Dragon Driftway. This is a beautifully designed course, very Asian influence. You start by like going into the mouth of the dragon here, and like that little ramp you see on the left is the kind of the body of the dragon as it snakes behind. Obviously, very you have the Chinese like red lanterns and the architecture. This is just a really, really awesome course. And if you look on the sides here, they have the little like art on the wall in the area that we just passed. I'll try to point it out again as we pass through on the second go ahead. Okay. And yeah, you have this like part snaking, but you also have these like little patches of grass that are like designed to slow you down, which is fun. Oh, that was a bad spot for me to use the mushroom. Very bad spot. Nope. And even worse spot. Okay. A little bit of work to do here. That double item. Alright, I'm gonna hold on to this. That's what instinct is telling me to do. Just narrowly missed that banana. That dude run in front of me. It's okay, we're gonna run in front of him now. Awesome. Okay. Is that a bullet? Bro. What the fuck? You get a bullet that pushes you into second place? That is nuts. Okay, we should be good here. Alright. We have a little bit of a buffer. And I'm seriously telling you, Mute City is one that if this ends up in like 5th, 6th place, don't blame me. Oh, honestly, if this ends up in 6th place, then I'll probably kill the video. And now here's the big one. It's about to be a rush of pure adrenaline here. Hopefully that adrenaline ends in a little bit of happiness. Again, we can afford a 3rd place here, which I'm not even gonna lie to myself and think that I can put together a 1st here. There's just too much going on. So I think if we're able to stay ahead of the pack, this is not one where I want to play from behind. I want to be in front as much as possible. There are some tracks where it's like, yeah, it's fine if you're behind, especially from a blue shell standpoint. You can put it together at the last minute. Not this one. This one we want to be in front if we can. Okay. So far so good, and I'm gonna jinx that by saying it. Ooh, almost missed the drift there. Yeah, when you run into the walls, they make that little like electric-y sound thing. I don't know if that slows you down extra or if that's just like a sound effect they have for fun. Oh god, okay. Yeah, those little turns at the end are pretty frightening. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to fish for items here. I'm gonna try to just play a clean game and hopefully it gets blue shelled. Because again, we're happy here with the second place. We just don't want to get fancy and completely blow it here. That lightning might help me a bit here. Gotta get this one right though. You know what? We'll take it. I'm very happy with the second place. I'm not going to complain there. Okay, start off with 2 stars. I am happy, but it felt achievable that we could have gotten it first. But unfortunately, he was holding out a green shell behind him, and I knew if I tried to snipe him, if I tried to get behind him, he'd release that, because the CPUs are pretty good at that reverse hit. Alright. Apart from Dragon Driftway, I'm not the biggest fan of that cup in its entirety. Oops, not that one. That's what we just did. Crossing Cup. This one's a little bit better. Baby Park is interesting in the sense that it exists in the first place. Like, at its core, it's a very simplistic track. You'll see right here, it's just a loop. It's a pretty short loop. I think at 200cc, this will take us like 15 seconds per lap. And so it is, I think it's either 5 or 7 laps. I want to say it's 7 laps. So even though it's 7 laps, the whole thing is going to take us like a minute and a half, give or take. But what makes this course work, and not a complete dud that's just a waste of time or a filler course, what makes it work is that because of how short it is, if you're in first place, if you're at the front, you end up interacting a lot with people who are in the 10th, 11th, 12th slots, because you end up basically lapping them, right? So normally, if you were in a regular kind of race, people in those positions are not going to really bother you or affect you at all, with the exception of a blue shell. But here, of course, they can get you in any number of ways, right? They can, you know, green shell you, red shell you. They can have a star, they can have a bullet, they can have the piranha plant. There's all a number of items which you can get completely screwed by. And I should say, if we get blue shelled here, especially in lap 6 or 7, which we're on lap 6 already without even thinking about it, we are in 2nd place. If we get blue shelled here, that would be pretty catastrophic. So we gotta just pray and hope that that doesn't happen. We're almost at the finish line here. Alright. Oof, okay. That's always a tense one, because you hate to start out on the note of getting a 2nd or a 3rd and have a little bit extra pressure on us going forward. We're going to follow that up with Cheeseland. This one is a really beautiful race. It's a desert, which is pretty much made out of cheese everywhere you go. Like all the rock formations, the track itself is made of cheese. You can see the little divots or holes in the ground that kind of make it look like a Swiss cheese. And the cool part is, if for the bigger divots, you can actually trick off of them if you're able to catch a little bit of air and do it at the proper angle. So, very beautifully designed course. It's a hard one, I would say. A lot of tighter turns. Yeah, see, I got tricked off of that probably. Get that double. And you got these gigantic chomps that like lunge at you when you pass by them. Trick off of. Oh, okay. Wait, actually, I could trick off of that divot, but I shouldn't, because if you trick off of that, you get launched into the darker cheese, which it's called the aged portion of the track, and that slows you down pretty tremendously. Yeah, the part where the walls are raised, they're fine because you can kind of bounce off the walls and it's okay, but if you skid onto them, then it's pretty bad. You see that first chain chomp, it kind of lunges at you from a height, so it's only going to knock you out if you are... Oh lord, okay. That was bad. Yeah, it's only going to knock you out if you are still flying, whereas that second chain chomp actually lunges at you from ground level. We haven't had to deal with anybody really behind us at all, so that makes me feel like we are in line for a blue shell coming up extremely shortly here. Oh, or just someone fucking past us. Oh lord, okay. That could have been pretty bad. Yeah, I was hoping that... There we go. Alright, we just got a good angle on that turn. Oof. Alright. Now, Wild Woods. So Cheeseland and Wild Woods, I think, are the definitely the best tracks, but they're also some of the more difficult ones. Wild Woods is really cool. You basically are going inside of a tree. You can see all the vines. There's a part where you kind of go down like a water slide. I don't know if it's designed to be water or like sap or whatever travels on the inside of a tree. Oh wow. Okay. Good. Good way to start us off. But yeah, it kind of diverges and then it converges. It's very nice. You have this like little community on the inside of the tree, which is cool. Alright, yeah, in this part, because of the water, we end up going pretty freaking fast. Alright, and then coming off of that last one, there is plenty of space that we could fall, so we don't want to make sure we don't fall. You know, one thing I haven't mastered, or I never bothered to master really, and I haven't really been doing that at all throughout these videos, is the different kinds of tricks, like up trick, down trick. You know, there is a lot of pretty advanced gameplay depending on the direction that you trick, and oh god. That lightning actually kind of saved me, but yeah, the direction that you trick actually has a lot of impact because it affects how quickly your boost comes out. And I think if you boost on the ground, it's faster than boosting in the air. So you actually want to boost on the ground. So if you can do something that brings you to the ground faster, I think that's preferred. But that's too much thinking for me. I think I'm a good player, but I'm good for being a casual. I'm not good for, you know, actually being a Mario Kart veteran here. Alright, I gotta get this drift. Okay. That was almost disaster. Okay. Pretty freaking good there. Alright, so Animal Crossing, I always try to say, let's not get overconfident here. Animal Crossing I feel good about. That one's actually a fun final course. It's one of the few final courses in all these cups, which I don't actively dread. Because I'm like, just putting in 10-12 minutes and doing these first 3 courses and I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed. This one's actually quite nice. The gimmick here is that it changes every time. I think it's every time you play the course, it changes seasons. So the racetrack basically has 4 different skins that you can play it as. But I don't think it meaningfully changes anything about the racing experience. It just looks different. So this is obviously the autumn kind of theme. So we have this very, very orange color palette, which does look quite nice. So it is fun to play, to just kind of look at it. But I mean, it's as a track itself, I mean, it's fine. It's not it's nothing special. I mean, I haven't played Animal Crossing. I played like maybe 15 minutes of Animal Crossing. But beyond that, yeah, nothing. So I probably have a baseline low level of appreciation for whatever they're trying to show us. All I know is there's Tom Nook. He's the fucking slumlord of the island who puts you in debt and makes you like work for him and all this stuff. But yeah, you can see it's pretty short. We kind of run through. There's a community. It's like a waterfront. And yeah, that's kind of it. There's not much to it, to be honest with you. It's like a courthouse, I guess. That's what this is. This building, this nice looking building with the pillars. Darn it, got tricked off of that. Yeah, I got that dude hot on my tail here. And we just gotta play this cleanly. Oh, come on. That fucking blows, man. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Ooh. Okay. I honestly didn't expect to get a perfect score on that one. Like between Cheeseland and Wild Woods, you expect to get 1 second place nestled all in there. We will take that. That was the Crossing Cup because of the Animal Crossing. So that is halfway through. Got 2 down, 2 to go. We have, which ones are remaining? I think it's the Triforce Cup, and I can't remember what the other one is. I think both of these will be a lot of fun for us. So yeah, it was Egg Cup, Crossing Cup. Yes, we got Triforce and Bell. Let's do Triforce first. This one is pretty fun. So you have Warriors Gold Mine, Rainbow Road, Ice Outpost, and Hyrule Circuit. 2 of those latter 2 are brand new ones. Wario's Gold Mine is cool. I like the mining kind of aesthetic of how they do it, and they have those like mine carts that are traveling next to you that you can get the little boost off of. Those guys right there. They're like they're the perfect amount of rickety. You know what I'm saying? And then on the outside, you have this very like industrial kind of feel with the railing and all the workers on the sides. I don't know what makes it like Wario's Gold Mine specifically, you know? I don't know what that's about, but there's gonna be bats that fly out at us, so the bats actually just slow you down if you crash into them, so it's not like they stagger you. Oh my god, I'm gonna die! Yeah, and with these, awesome. With the mine carts, you actually have to be a little bit careful of boosting off of them, because it can kind of screw up your momentum and throw you off the track if you're not confident in where you're going. We do have a red shell, but we're gonna retain that for the time being. Okay, that was a better boost. Yeah, I'm gonna try to actually not get the boost off of the mine carts. Yeah, especially with the time of day, with the sun coming down and stuff. You got those like big smokestacks in the background. It just looks very, very pretty. Yeah, you got those like shy guys with like pickaxes just hanging out there. Alright, yeah, let's see. Okay, that one wasn't that bad. Got lucky with the placement of the minecart. That's okay. We should be home free on this one. Okay, great start. So that one is off of the Wii. That's Warriors Gold Mine. Next up, we have the final Rainbow Road we're going to see here. This one is the SNES one. And this one is actually one of the more fun ones just because it is, it has a bunch of right angles. It's a very square and rectangular kind of pathway. So it's, I mean, it is Rainbow Road, but Rainbow Road, you kind of have something different in mind, which is interesting because this is, it's the SNES one. It's the very original Rainbow Road. So obviously, incredibly tight turns here, being 90 degrees, and you have turn after turn. You got some big thwomps that are gonna get in your way. So you can trick off of these if you get the timing right with the ripples in the track. Uh-oh. Yeah, honestly, rather than... I might have been able to eat that if I let it happen because of the hit stun. Yeah, rather than get hit by a thwomp, you honestly, or honestly, I should say, rather than get sandwiched by a thwomp, if you run into a thwomp, it's fine, right? You just get a little flippy. Oh god, I'm gonna fall off! Darn it. Bad trick by me. Yeah, if you just get hit by the thwomp, it's fine. Like if you run into it, but if you get sandwiched by it, it might actually be preferable to to fall off completely. You might get a favorable placement. Alright. You do have enough space to make up this gap here. I don't want the boomerang item, make it go away. That's that's crazy work. I was literally like right behind him, and I somehow missed like 8 fireballs in a row. Ugh. Okay. I think we can hang with that. I'm gonna eat my words here. I'm not super worried about the remaining 2 tracks here. It's Ice Outpost is going to be up next. This one is a brand new track, and the gimmick is that you have 2, you can see the green and the yellow, you have these 2 pathways, so you can kind of jump back and forth, or you can stick to one the entire time. This one's a true choose your own adventure, because there is 2 options pretty much the entire length of the course here. Alright, so again, we can afford one more second place, but a 3rd place does knock us out of contention here, so we want to try to not have that happen. Yeah, I do like how it diverges and then it converges and all this stuff. Let's burn this right here. Oh, he had a banana. I didn't even see he had a banana. I think the CPUs, their items, after getting an item box, they spawn more quickly. For some reason. I don't know why that's a thing. So the time between when you get an item box and you're actually able to use that item, for CPUs it's like a lot less. Because if you're right behind them and you see them crash into the item box, you'll see the item pop into their hand pretty quickly, like before your item pops into your hand, if you're right next to them, so that is kind of whack. Alright. This is one of those that's a little bit more friendly to somebody who's in the leaderboard spot, just because with the diverging pathways, there's like a 50% chance that, whoever's in 2nd place or whatever might not even be like in range to hit you with like a green shell or, a fireball or a piranha plant or whatever. So yeah, once you get out in front, you're fairly home free. We are gonna finish off with Hyrule Circuit. This one I was disappointed in, not because it's a bad course, but just as a fan of Zelda. This course came out. Actually, I don't know when it came out. I can't remember whether it came out before Breath of the Wild or after Breath of the Wild. But if it came out after Breath of the Wild, I think there's a lot more that they could have done with this course to like take us fully around Hyrule. Oh my God. Alright. Alright, well. You know what? Let's just go from 12th place. Why not? Why not? Let's give ourselves a little bit of a challenge here. Okay. Just the worst. This might be the worst truly the worst I've ever started here. We do gotta get ourselves some items, otherwise this will be a gigantic waste of time here. Alrighty, we are. Oh, come on, I don't have anything to stop it. I think I meat shielded Bowser Jr. there. Alright, we did get to first momentarily. Pretty decent comeback in the span of a lap here. Oh god, what the fuck is going on? What in the world happened there? Yeah, those two turns are really tight, and you have those piranha plants kind of just hanging around the edges. So that is really a tough ending to master. Oh my god. Okay. Gotta slow down here. There we go. Okay. Whew. Made it a little bit closer than we had to be. Just because we ran into a banana, I think, as we were rounding the interior of Hyrule Castle. Yeah, at that point where you have to kind of circumvent the statue in the middle, there is a boost that appears. I think it's a timed boost where the Master Sword is embedded right in the middle. So you can get a boost off of that. But I think it's pure chance whether you happen to race through that part when the boost is active. Which is kind of a strange mechanic. I don't think they have a mechanic like that elsewhere in the game where it's just a boost that spontaneously appears, and it is a distinct advantage if you can just shoot the gap right down the middle as opposed to having to go around. But that's strange. Obviously you'll have noticed by now that instead of the coins they have the little green rupees there, which is a Zelda Universe trademark. But apart from that, there wasn't anything overtly like Zelda-ish about that course. No matter, we are on our very last cup, and if we are able to do as we've been doing up until this point on the first try, we're going to unlock the hidden character in the game. This is going to be Neo Bowser City, Ribbon Road, not Rainbow Road, just did Rainbow Road, Ribbon Road, the Super Bell Subway, and Big Blue. Now, just like with the a few cups ago, I'm worried about that final track, the F-Zero track. Although it is going to be hard to get a clean slate going into that last track because of tracks like this one. Neo Bowser City, gorgeous track here, obviously inspired, I imagine, by Tokyo, with the futuristic looking buildings, the big LED screens, big pops of color with the purple and the blue, and you add a little bit of rain to just complete that aesthetic. It is quite nice, but it is very cramped. It is very claustrophobic. You have these tight turns and tight turns that are not entirely protected with guardrails. There's going to be one stretch that comes up. This is a course I distinctly remember because I was not good at it. This one right here is pretty tight. And if there's anybody else who's like knocking into you, then you are in trouble. So if we're able to make it all 3 laps without falling off at that exact instant, I'll be pretty excited. And I don't mean that we were in good shape here. Darn it. Oh, I thought I had the green shell in my pocket, not revolving around me. I misread my little item thing. world. Alright. Okay, got hit by like 3 things in a row. Good. 4th thing in a row. Yeah, this is that tight hairpin turn. Yeah, should have gotten the double item there. That's a misplay by me. Oh, okay, I thought I was gonna get hit by that banana. I was lucky. I think we were probably 1 pixel away from really knocking into that guy. Alright, so now if we make that one turn I talked about, which is coming right up here. Okay, yep. See, if you come at that with the wrong angle, even if you're fully braking, you are pretty cooked. Okay. Oof, alright. So that was one I was most worried about, outside of our final looming track. Next one's going to be Ribbon Road. This one is very, very charming. This one's from the Game Boy, if I remember correctly. And it's kind of like a toy box, but it's one of those toy boxes where a kid like took out all their toys and just put them all together. I feel like there's 2 kinds of kids, right? Kids that keep all their different toys of different brands and different universes separate, and there's ones that like combine all of them to have this like super toy play party thing. And this is definitely a manifestation of the latter here. You got all sorts. You got the Lego blocks on the sides that are, you know, making the castle walls. You have this ribbon which makes up the entirety of the road. You got these wind-up toys which are going to get, I think, more and more in the way as we keep going here. What else? You have these ripples in the road here that are, oh my god, why am I going the wrong way? Ugh. Alright. Playing well to start here. Cool. I'm trying to be very liberal about my braking, and that has gotten me nowhere. That's gotten me into fucking 8th place here. Come on, man. Yeah, that little stretch on the blue road itself, that is, I think, the toughest. Just because it's extremely easy to fall off in that one. Okay. I thought those guys stagger you if you crash into that. Maybe not. Maybe I'm using them with something else. Good. Stupid unforced errors. Where did that guy come flying out of, man? That's what I gotta know. I should let go of that the banana. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay. Super Bell Subway is not the only track in the game where we had to deal with like underground trains. I think the other one, which was like more of a mall type of setup, we also had some train action going on there. Obviously, in one of the other ones, they had like cable cars, and we have a couple of tracks that are themed around highways that obviously have some obstacles in the form of like the other cars. So yeah, the biggest challenge is definitely the trains. Just falling into them is gonna fucking suck. let go of your banana, I will red shell the shit out of you. But now you got 3 bananas, so... Okay. God. Yeah, I don't know how every one of these people isn't falling into the... or isn't crashing into the train. I can't fucking see the train for anything. Okay. Oh god, okay. Oh, there's a second train. There's a second train. Why'd that red shell miss me? And how, wait, where did that dude come from? What? Oh, are you fucking serious? Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright. So, we have bought ourselves just a hair breathing room. We will be able to get second on the final track, which is going to be Big Blue. Which is very cool, but definitely one that I'm scared of. This is another one that's just going to be all the way through. We're starting from a portal in the sky, and we're just going straight down. There's going to be boosts, there's going to be water. You have those like electrified wall things that we had in Mute City. So the 2 F-Zero tracks are very similar to each other in the aesthetic, in that everything is happening at like 10 million miles an hour. Okay. Stay on the green here. Okay. Mash those freaking brakes here. God. Now Red Shell's gonna come right back around. Yeah, sometimes when you have those 2 bananas circling you, you have to leave it to chance and hope that like the red shell hits you right when the 2 bananas like have your back. You know what I'm saying? Darn it, I missed that trick. But we're almost there. If we can just hang tight here. Oh my goodness! Oh. Okay, man. Well, we weren't gonna get 3 stars anyway, so I guess we'll live with the 2nd place there, and we will take our 1 star on the road and call it a day. Yeah, this was I think the most challenging stretch here with the different cups. Yeah, these have some of the harder tracks in the game, in my opinion here. I think just with the combination of that one, with Big Blue, with Mute City, you have Dragon Driftway, with the Cheese Land and such. I think the combination there is one of the harder stretches. But a bunch of great tracks in there. And it does make me sad because I'm running out of ways to keep making content with Mario Kart. I said this as we finished the booster pass, but it's been such a joy. Such a joy to play this game. We of course have time trials and all that kind of stuff available to us. Not super interested in doing that. Mainly want to do this so we can unlock the new character, which we just did. Let's go find out who it is. I think we'll make us go through the credits. It will make us go through the credits. That's fine. let's take a second to appreciate. I think I'll say that my favorite track of this final set of 16 that we did of the DLC tracks, I would say that number 1 is Dragon Driftway. I think, like I said at the time, one of the best tracks in the game, period. And then with probably a close second would be Wild Woods. And then I would shout out the Cheese Land and Neo Bowser City as well. I think the two F-Zero ones, they're definitely fun to play just as an experience, but in terms of like actually racing and actually trying to get first, they are, I think, not as well designed as they could have been. If we're talking about overall favorite tracks, there are just a handful that come to mind. I think the Sunshine Airport, that one's a really good one. Pretty much the entire Special Cup. Like, you have Cloud Top Cruise, Bone Dry Dunes, Bowser's Castle. You have one of the Rainbow Roads in there, not the best one certainly, but one of them. That cup is a banger from start to finish. And then you have like all the Donkey Kong ones and all the Wario ones, like DK Jungle, Wario Stadium, Wario's Gold Mine. All those are pretty freaking good. It is really hard to play a track and be like, yeah, that was like a waste of time, that was disappointing, or that wasn't a fun experience. I mean, even the bare bones ones, like, you know, your Mario Circuit or something super basic like that. Like, yeah, I mean, they're not as visually stimulating, or they're not as quite as interesting from a technical standpoint to race as all these other ones are. But I think we're just spoiled by the absolute heights of this game. Right? This game is so good when it's at its best that even when it's just kind of chugging along with those more stripped down kinds of tracks, like a Donut Plains or a Moo Moo Meadows, or you know, something like that, like a Mario Circuit, even then it's still a fun experience. So I wonder if, I brought this up at the beginning, I wonder if we're gonna get a new Mario Kart game at any point. Like I said, the booster pass was finishing up in 2023, so you'd imagine it would be like 4 or 5 years before a new game came out, right? If a new console comes out, which we're probably a couple years away from that happening, you'd probably just get a full port of this game, and with all the content, they'll just charge you the max sticker price here of $70 and call it a day. That's easy money for Nintendo, and obviously, like, it looks great, right? It looks great in 2024. There's nothing that makes it look dated or makes it look like it's something that came out, you know, back in 2017 or even earlier than that for a lot of these tracks. So yeah, they'll add new characters, they'll add new bikes or whatever, and they'll keep all the courses the same, and that's easy stuff. But in terms of a brand new game, like, it's like with Super Smash Bros, right? It's like, where do you even go from here, right? The tagline for Super Smash Bros Ultimate for the Switch was that everyone is here. And when you go with everyone is here, like, all right, what do we do after that? How do we make this even better? There's not really a way to do that. That's how I feel about Mario Kart. It's an awesome game. Let's finish off by taking a look at our brand new character here. I hope it's a character that's worth playing. Meaning, I hope it's a light character. Alright, here we go. It's the final spot here. Oh, it's Gold Mario. Okay, that's interesting. I was about to say, it didn't add a slot, because we had like Metal Mario there, but it put Gold Mario in the same location. He is in the same line as the other baby characters. I think they try to sort this out by like character weight. Like, these are all like mid-sized ones right here, or the baby ones are obviously the lightest, and then you have your heavies and your DK Bowser and Dry Bones and so on. So I wonder if Gold Mario is extremely heavy. I'm not sure. So, yeah, that's the new character. I think we do have the Gold Kart unlocked somewhere down here. Yeah, the gold standard car. So you could look super swagged out by playing this build. They do have gold wheels, which I think that one is an unlockable if you beat all the time trials, or I should say all the staff ghosts in the time trials. That's for the tires, and then for the kite, you have to get I think 5,000 coins total in the game, which is pretty insane because I've been playing this game a lot, and we're I think right around 3,000 coins. So it would take, even if you get the max 10 coins per race, right? We're talking about 2,000 more coins. That's 200 races. That's 50 cups you have to play, getting the max coins in every single race. So that's a lot. We're definitely not gonna get to that point. But at least we got the gold cart, which is the main one, at least in terms of the looks here. So this is gonna be the end for Mario Kart. This was a lot of fun. It was a blast. I can't say enough good things about this game. And hope you enjoyed watching. We'll see you in the next one.